to Deep Sleep Stories. Thank you to everyone who's been listening. If these stories help you relax or fall asleep, a short review, comment, or sharing the podcast with someone who might benefit is a simple and meaningful way to support the show so that we may continue to offer it for free. Now, take a slow, gentle breath and let's begin tonight's story.
Welcome to Deep Sleep Stories, where each gentle narration is crafted to guide you toward deep rest. Tonight, you will travel to the enchanted ruins of Petra, a place of warm sandstone walls, whispering desert winds, and a timeless glow that soothes the weary spirit. Allow yourself a moment to settle into comfort, feeling your shoulders release their gentle grip on the day. Breathe in slowly and notice the air as it flows in, bringing calm. Breathe out just as slowly, letting tensions drift away. In this moment, you need do nothing more than listen, breathe, and let your thoughts grow softer. The hush of evening gathers around you, inviting you to step into a realm of quiet wonder. Soon, you will begin a gentle, meandering journey, a slow exploration of a hidden oasis beyond the bustling world. For now, simply be still, breathe, and feel your mind grow light as you prepare to wander into the soft glow of an ancient desert dreamscape. Take another moment to settle in, breathing deeply, filling your lungs with cool, soothing air, then releasing any remnants of the day. Feel your body becoming a little heavier with each exhale, warm with the promise of rest. In your mind's eye, a subtle radiance emerges, warm, dusty rose hues that flicker like candlelight against weathered stone. Let these desert tones surround you, comforting you like a gentle embrace. Soon, you will find yourself wandering softly among statuesque cliffs and hidden passageways, lulled by the hush of centuries. Let your breath remain unhurried, each inhale guiding you toward deeper ease, each exhale dissolving any lingering worries. There is no rush, no urgency here, only the soft drifting of thought and the welcoming arms of night. Let your eyelids grow heavy if they wish, as you settle into the simple peace of quiet anticipation. Long ago, when the sands of time were just beginning to carve their secrets into the landscape, a solitary traveler arrived at the threshold of an ancient city. Under the watchful glow of a half moon, the traveler stood at the edge of a winding passage carved into towering red sandstone cliffs. The walls soared overhead, narrow at times, revealing only a slice of moonlit sky. In the distance, the faint echo of wind seemed to murmur stories of ages past. Even the hush of footsteps on smooth rock felt like an invitation to unravel the city's mysteries. At first, the traveler paused, heart gently stirring at the thought of venturing forward. Yet there was no fear, only a sense of reverence. Beyond the winding cleft, hidden from the rest of the world, the traveler sensed the presence of Petra, silent ruins cradled in a desert's dream, with sandstone facades tinted by soft starlight. A small lantern glowed at the traveler's side, casting a warm circle of illumination on ancient carvings, as if beckoning them onward. With measured steps, the traveler continued down the corridor known as the Seek, its winding path etched by wind and water over countless generations. Each step felt like a gentle, meditative beat, echoing lightly against stone. The traveler trailed a hand along the smooth canyon walls, feeling the subtle ridges of time, as if reading the language of the past through fingertips. Overhead, a scattering of stars peeked through the narrow opening, and moonlight played across rock in shifting patterns. Occasionally, a cool breeze would slip through, carrying with it the faint fragrance of desert flowers and distant incense. It was as though the stones themselves breathed stories of travelers who had come before, their whispers echoing through subtle drafts in the canyon. The silence was welcoming, inviting the traveler to move slowly, to listen deeply, and to let each breath synchronize with the slow rhythm of the evening's hush. Eventually the canyon opened as though unveiling a secret. Like curtains parting on a hidden stage, the traveler emerged to see a colossal facade hewn into the rock. By lantern light, the outline of the ancient treasury revealed itself in delicate detail, grand columns and intricate carvings that seemed to shimmer under the celestial glow. The traveler paused again, overcome by a tranquil awe. Here, the centuries seemed to fold inward, layering time upon time, softening the edges of the present moment. The shapes etched in stone told stories of wisdom and artistry, of civilizations that flourished in harmony with the desert's quiet power. The columns were both sturdy and elegant, worn to a velvety surface by shifting winds. A soft hush breathed the place, as if it existed in a realm just beyond the everyday world. Standing before such a monument of timeless beauty, the traveler felt a sense of gentle wonder rising in the heart, a humble gratitude for being allowed to witness this midnight tableau in perfect solitude. Instead of venturing deeper right away, the traveler lingered, allowing the hush to steep into every sense. The air was crisp, carrying the subtle spice of desert evenings and the distant bloom of night-blooming flowers. From some corner of the ruins, a playful gust teased grains of sand, causing them to shimmer like tiny crystals dancing in the moonlight. The traveler's eyes wandered over the treasury's ornate surface, drawn to the carved eagles perched in stone relief, the graceful vines and garlands that wound around the columns. Each ornamentation hinted at a forgotten lore, as though the city's artisans had woven a tapestry of tales into the very cliffside. The grand doorway stood slightly ajar, its threshold leading into shadows and quiet hollows. In that stillness, one could almost hear a gentle hum, as though the rock resonated with an ancient melody too subtle for waking ears. Feeling no rush, the traveler breathed in the magic of this place and stepped softly forward, letting curiosity guide them into Petra's inner sanctum. Inside, the traveler discovered that time had softened the edges of the passageways. Where once throngs of people might have bustled about, now only echoes remained, lingering like gentle afterthoughts. The walls were smooth to the touch, carved with an artistry that suggested both patience and reverence. The lantern's glow fell upon faint hieroglyphic symbols near the base of a pillar, revealing creatures entwined with desert flora, a testament to a culture that revered nature's gifts. Farther in, the traveler came upon a series of small chambers carved out with meticulous precision. Each space exuded a sense of quiet utility, as if it had once housed precious relics or sheltered weary souls traveling from distant lands. The hush was comforting, and the traveler felt the faintest sense of recognition, as though returning to a place known long ago. It was the kind of sensation that stirred softly in the heart, bridging the gap between the ancient past and the timeless present. In the soft glow of the lantern, the traveler noticed a hidden stairway leading upward toward a small platform. Curiosity guided them to ascend. Each step felt effortless, as though propelled by the gentle energy of the place itself. At the top, the platform opened to a view of the desert sky, a vast canopy strewn with stars that gleamed like desert diamonds. The moon rested low, lighting the rooftops of Petra's carved edifices below. Looking out, the traveler saw that the city sprawled in quiet grandeur, with a labyrinth of carved facades and hidden courtyards leading deep into shadowy recesses. Even the wind breathed in hushed tones, stirring the traveler's hair in a gentle lullaby. From this vantage point, it was easy to imagine a time when lamps and torches would have glowed in the windows, when voices and laughter would have mingled in the corridors, weaving tales of commerce and celebration. Now only stillness reigned, a majestic hush that invited reverence rather than loneliness. In that stillness, the traveler felt at peace, as though the city itself were offering a tender invitation to surrender the burdens of thought. Climbing back down, the traveler ventured past the treasury, deeper into Petra's heart. Occasionally, the lantern revealed hidden alcoves where reliefs of rosettes and vine-like patterns adorned the stone. In one chamber, large urns lay half-buried in sediment, their surfaces etched with swirling designs that suggested water once poured from them to quench the city's thirst. Another corridor opened into a small courtyard, moonlit and calm, where stray fragments of carved stone rested on the ground, like puzzle pieces waiting to be reassembled. The traveler paused to run a hand over one of these fragments, a smooth, circular motif that might once have crowned a grand arch. Even in its broken state, it exuded a sense of serene artistry, as though the spirit of its makers lingered in every graceful curve. The traveler felt a swelling tenderness for these ruins, an appreciation of how they quietly harbored the memory of a people's love and care for their home. Wandering on, the traveler listened to the subtle language of the night. The desert breeze carried faint whispers as though invisible voices wove lullabies through the emptiness. A gentle rustling of small creatures scurrying across the sand reminded the traveler that, though ancient Petra was not lifeless, the desert had its own rhythm, its own hushed heartbeat, pulsing just beneath the stillness. Looking up, the traveler traced the outlines of the high cliffs, marveling at how the stones seemed to shift color under different shades of moonlight, pale pink, then dusty gold, then deep umber. The viewer might have mistaken these transformations for illusions, but there was a kind of living presence to the rock, shaped by centuries of desert breath. With each subtle color change, Petra revealed another layer of its enchantment, a whispered promise that there was always more to see, more to discover. And in that infinite subtlety, one felt a calming reassurance, as though the city itself was lulling all who wandered here into a tranquil reverie. In the city's center, the traveler came upon a broad, open space, once thought to be a gathering place for conversation and exchange. The silent plaza was lined with pillars, some broken, some still standing, each etched with the stories of eras past. The traveler imagined the scenes that might have played out here. Merchants arriving with fragrant spices, families exchanging news in hushed tones, caravans pausing for rest after long journeys across the desert. Now, the gentle hush of night had replaced bustling crowds. Unhurriedly, the traveler ventured through the plaza, letting each step resonate against the stone floor. In a corner, partially sheltered by crumbling walls, a shallow pool caught the moonlight. The water reflected a silver shimmer against the pitted stone, revealing faint carvings beneath its surface. Perhaps it had once served as a communal fountain or a place for quiet reflection. The traveler knelt to trace a finger across the water, feeling its coolness, and a gentle ripple spread across the surface, distorting the moon's reflection into a wavy mosaic. Even so, the shimmer remained tranquil, smoothing itself out again in a soft, rhythmic lapping against the stone. Further on, the traveler discovered a narrow passage that rose along the cliffside, offering a gradual ascent to Petra's higher terraces. The pathway was lined with steps carved directly into the rock, some worn smooth by the countless souls that had climbed them ages before. Each footstep felt meditative, each breath a harmonization with the desert's measured stillness. Partway up, the traveler paused to admire a small, tucked-away shrine carved into the rock face. Inside the alcove rested the faint image of a guardian figure with folded wings. Although the carving's details had eroded over time, its essence remained clear, a protector watching over those who ventured through this sacred city. A subtle hush seemed to emanate from the alcove, as though the guardian figure still held vigil in the quiet hours of the night. With a silent nod, the traveler continued upward, feeling the watchful eyes of the ancient spirit at their back. At the top of the winding stairs lay a terrace overlooking a sweeping panorama of the city below. Under the soft glow of the moon, Petra appeared both grand and intimate, its carved monuments simultaneously towering and humble. The traveler gazed out, allowing the vastness of the desert sky to dissolve any lingering sense of hurry. In the distance, more ruins lay, half buried in shifting sands, a testament to time's gentle reclamation. There were subtle outlines of once grand walls, their edges softened by centuries of wind-blown dust. The traveler rested against a smooth ledge and closed their eyes for a moment, allowing the cool breeze to cradle them in tender solitude. Far above, a canopy of stars twinkled like silent witnesses, their light bridging the past and the present. If one listened closely, the desert seemed to draw a gentle breath with each passing gust, as though it were alive and whispering a lullaby. Continuing beyond the terrace, the traveler found a hidden nook tucked between carved facades, an intimate courtyard thought to be used for ceremonies of renewal or quiet gatherings under the vast desert sky. Stone benches encircled the space, each one adorned with subtle carvings of flora, symbolizing growth and harmony. In the center, a modest fountain lay dry, the ancient pipes silent for centuries. Yet in the stillness of the night, the traveler could almost sense a faint trickle, as if memory itself allowed the fountain to flow again in some quieter realm. Settling onto a bench, the traveler let the lantern rest on the worn floor and leaned back against the smooth wall. The hush of the courtyard enveloped them like a tender cloak, inviting them into a realm of deep calm. Here time felt elastic, stretching infinitely into the memory of the stones. With eyes half closed, the traveler sensed the gentle pulse of the city, as though it were a living heart beneath the desert sand. Across the courtyard, a gentle movement caught the traveler's attention. Perhaps just the flutter of a desert moth, drawn by the lantern's glow. The moth appeared and vanished in the delicate swirl of light, dancing in the quiet hush like a fleeting spirit. The traveler watched, entranced by this small sign of life amid the ancient ruins. It reminded them that even when civilizations have vanished, the desert continues to bloom in its own subtle ways. Life finds a path in the cracks of stone, in the overlooked corners of silent halls. In that moment, the traveler felt a comforting solidarity with the desert's gentle resilience. They breathed in, savoring the faint fragrance that drifted through the courtyard, a mix of dust, echoes of incense, and perhaps a distant trace of a jasmine bloom that managed to thrive somewhere along the canyon walls. Breathing out, the traveler let any remaining tension flow away, carried off by the desert wind. In the early hours before dawn, the traveler rose from the bench and wandered toward a wide path leading to an outlying region of the city. The path was lined with tombs carved into the rock, each adorned with subtle columns and niches. By lantern light, the silent facades revealed shapes resembling solemn guardians. Yet despite the tomb's once melancholy purpose, there was a quiet beauty to them now, suffused with the serenity of centuries. The traveler imagined the families who might have come here long ago, bearing offerings of flowers and incense, speaking hushed words of memory and love. The presence of these ancient resting places felt peaceful and protective, as though the city itself had become an eternal sanctuary. Step by slow step, the traveler moved through this silent avenue, letting the hush cradle any thoughts that arose. Here, in the presence of ages past, worry seemed to dissolve, replaced by a sense of timeless acceptance. Beyond the tombs lay a gently sloping path that curved around a rocky bend. Following it, the traveler emerged at a plateau bathed in the dim glow of approaching dawn. The horizon faintly brightened, shifting from deep indigo to a softer shade of violet. In this softening darkness, the traveler found a vantage point overlooking a wide stretch of desert beyond Petra's boundaries. Rolling dunes and stony plains stretched out as far as the eye could see, their surfaces gently rippled by the silent dance of night winds. The traveler paused, resting a hand on a rock that bore centuries of weather's smoothing touch. There was something both humbling and comforting in the wide expanse. Standing there, they felt the tension of daily life, though distant in time and space, release in quiet waves. The desert's vastness reminded them of the boundless capacity within each heart for stillness and peace. With slow breaths, the traveler absorbed this gentle reminder, letting the peace seep into every corner of their being. The traveler lingered at that overlook, watching as the first subtle rays of dawn began to kiss the highest cliff tops. Slowly, they turned gold, then rose, then a gentle pinkish hue that shimmered across the city's facades. Petra awoke in a hush, as if unveiling new colors for a new day. Gradually, the nighttime shadows retreated, revealing more details of the city's carved wonders. A frieze here, a hidden passage there, each marking a piece of history tucked away within the rock. The traveler's lantern light grew faint in comparison to the spreading glow of morning. Still, the serenity of the night had settled into every stone, every whispered crevice. Even as the traveler stood watching the sun's gentle ascent, the hush remained, as though no day's activity could fully break the city's meditative nature. It felt as if the entire desert was breathing in anticipation, welcoming a dawn that promised not bustle and noise, but further reverence for the quiet wonders that had always been. As the sky grew lighter, the traveler made their way back down toward the heart of Petra, revisiting the plazas and facades that had glowed under moonlight. Now, in the dawn's embrace, the sandstone glimmered like mellow gold. The treasury, once silvered by the moon, now sparkled with the luminous hue of sunrise. The wind that had once whispered secrets through the canyon now carried a softer, warmer touch, gently ruffling the traveler's cloak. The hush of the city was no longer a midnight hush, but a dawn hush, delicate and full of promise. With each step, the traveler felt a calming gratitude, a sense that they had witnessed something rare. The transformation of Petra from moonlit reverie into sunrise splendor. There was a gentle finality in this moment, as though the journey was coming to an end in the perfect stillness of a new day. In a small alcove off the main path, the traveler paused to rest. A few tiny desert birds greeted the morning with soft chirps, echoing lightly among the carved walls. The traveler sat upon a smooth stone ledge, feeling the faint warmth of the sunlight begin to seep into the rock. Closing their eyes, they allowed the day's gentle stirrings to carry them forward in thought, grateful for the solace the night had offered. Petra's enchanting presence lingered in the traveler's mind like a serene melody. The hush was not entirely gone. It lived in the spaces between each sound, the soft rustle of wings, the near-silent shift of sand underfoot. Even as day broke, the city remained an eternal sanctuary for those who sought its quiet embrace. The traveler felt an inner stirring, an acknowledgement that though one might depart from this enchanted place, the calm it offered could remain within, gently guiding them through the days to come. Gradually, the traveler rose and took a final look at the sandstone facades. The light was now strong enough to reveal the carved details as if newly sculpted. It was a moment of farewell, but one without sadness. Instead, it was a farewell filled with deep peace and reverence. Stepping out from the hidden alcove, the traveler followed the main path back toward the narrow canyon, the corridor that had once appeared mysterious. Beneath moonlight now gleamed under the early sun, each curve of the seek illuminated in gentle amber. The traveler paused periodically to touch the canyon walls, to breathe in the desert air, and to remember the hush of Petra at night. Each step felt unhurried, accompanied by a quiet resolve to carry this sense of wonder forward. There was no hurry, for time in this place felt elastic, as though it might ripple out to accommodate endless reflection. Reaching the outer edge of the canyon, the traveler emerged into the wider desert, greeted by a soft breeze that felt like a benediction. The memory of Petra glowed in the traveler's heart like a warm, whispering promise. Turning one last time, the traveler gazed back into the shadows of the canyon, imagining the city resting in the hush of daytime calm, content to exist in the stillness of the ages. The desert beyond beckoned gently, its rolling dunes and weathered cliffs forming a vast tapestry of quiet possibilities. And so, with a grateful nod to the ancient stones and the hush that bound them, the traveler continued onward, carrying the memory of Petra's silent enchantment, letting it serve as a soft anchor of peace in the flow of all that was yet to come. Now, as the hush grows deeper around you, feel your breath slow to an even, steady rhythm. Sense a gentle warmth in your chest, expanding with every inhale, relaxing more with every exhale. The journey through Petra's quiet halls has ended, but its calm remains, a gentle glow in the center of your mind. Let that image of ancient sandstone etched with moonlight and sunrise drift softly through your thoughts like a lullaby, soothing any restlessness. All around you is the promise of rest, as each muscle sinks into a state of ease, and your eyelids grow heavier with every breath. There's nothing you must do, nowhere you must go, except deeper into the realm of sleep. Allow the echoes of wind through the canyon to lull you into soft repose. You may imagine the gentle curve of the seek guiding you onward to a place of infinite quiet. Each stone face, each carved column is hushed now, a silent testament to ages long past. That silence invites your mind to settle like grains of sand coming to rest after a passing breeze. If thoughts arise, let them come and go like distant footsteps, vanishing into the calm. There is no need to follow them, no need to hold on. Simply let your breathing guide you down, deeper and softer, until the world of waking gently recedes. As you settle into this final moment of stillness, recall the desert sky, vast and star-strewn, shimmering in the hush of Petra's midnight. Let that vision wash over you, dissolving any last hints of tension. With each gentle heartbeat, you drift more completely into the realm of rest, cradled by the timeless stillness you have touched tonight. Imagine the ancient guardian figures carved into the rock, watching over you as you sink into gentle dreams, secure in the knowledge that you are safe, free to wander in the landscapes of your own imagination. Let their silent benediction guard your sleep, offering you the comfort of centuries of peaceful nights. And now, dear traveler, let slumber envelop you as softly as desert twilight. Surrender to the calm that Petra has gifted you, allowing your body and mind to float in a tranquil sea of silence. Your breath is steady, your spirit at ease. The hush of ancient ruins echoes in your dreams, offering you the sanctuary of timeless rest. Good night, dear traveler. Sleep well. May you find your own hidden oasis in the stillness of the night and awaken at peace with the gentle wonders of a new dawn.